I did not expect that. It's crazy. What's up, guys? Josh here. Thanks for tuning in. Alright guys, so I'm back out in the woods, just a couple weeks removed from our car camping overnighter, new gear adventure, I guess. But anyway, today we hiked in. I've got a new pack, I've got a new setup, something I'm trying out. This shelter behind me, it's my normal tarp, my Bushcraft Outfitters tarp, but the shelter is something I've had for a while. I've never used the Catoma Bednet system, I believe it's called. So yeah, it's warm out here. It's going to be a little bit buggy. I was hoping it'd be colder, but unfortunately it's not. I'm quite toasty right now. So with the bugs being out, I wanted a small shelter. I really wanted the tarp camp, but again, it's just not going to be cold enough. Bugs are crawling. So anyway, I wanted something that would kind of keep the bugs off of me. I remembered I had this small shelter, so we're going with it. So we just got a pretty basic lean-to configuration, and I pulled this one end out to give myself a little bit more protection. There is a chance of rain tonight or later in the morning. I don't know if we'll actually see any rain. I might be gone by then. But if some rain does come in, I've got a little bit of protection, but I can always just throw this other end of the tarp over, tie it off to a tree over here. So, yeah, we are in business, guys. But like I mentioned, I'm already tired. I had a heavy pack. I had it crammed full of stuff. And even though I was trying to go simple on this trip, I don't know, it just, when you try to go simple, somehow it just never seems to work out that way. So. And I apologize, I've been fighting a sinus infection all week. I've got congestion. I probably shouldn't even be out here, but I wanted to come anyway because I had a free weekend where I was able to do it. So I might be coughing, hacking, all that stuff, but just overlook it. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna sit here, relax for a minute, enjoy some water. I'll be back shortly. Alright, so camp is pretty well set up. I got my sleeping pad in, my pillow, my quilt, everything's organized and situated. I've got a new light, I'll show that later, a ridge light by Haven. I've seen a lot of different people online use these, looks really cool, so you know me, I see something cool, I gotta have it. Yeah, anyway, I've got that hanging up from the ridge line. So yeah, shelter is looking good. And that is a cool little shelter, the Catoma improved Bednet system. I believe I'm saying that right. There's more to it than that. There's an actual rainfly and different things you can purchase for it, but I've got just the actual body of it. But that thing is pretty nifty. I can't believe I've never used it before, especially as just a solo shelter for, you know, bug protection. Excuse me, see, there I go with the coughing. But yeah, that thing's pretty nifty. But anyway, camp is all set up, so yeah, we should have a good night. Starting to cool down a little bit. The sun is like shining right in this location, and I picked this location specifically because I knew there was a small flat area. I've camped here before using a bivvy, so I knew there was a kind of a smallish flat area where I could set up, and that's all I needed was just a small space for this particular camp out. But okay, something special about this trip and about this night. It's Halloween. Actually, it's not Halloween. Halloween's in a couple of days, but this is Halloween for me, I guess. Halloween should always be, in my opinion, the last Saturday of October. I don't care what the date is. It falls on a Monday this year, which I think is so dumb. Halloween should be on a Saturday every October at the end of October. Anyway, that's just a rant. Halloween is a big deal to me. We have the house, or used to have the house, that always set up the house that everybody wanted to see what we were going to do, you know, next year, year after year, to see what new things we were going to come up with. We had an incident, and we don't really do it anymore. Not a bad incident, just kind of a freak act of nature, I guess. And I'll get into that later maybe. But we no longer do it like we used to. And we've got a neighborhood, just hundreds and hundreds of kids trick-or-treat. And we had that cool house. So Halloween's always been a big deal to me and my family. So with this being Halloween, or close enough to Halloween, I wanted to do something special for this trip. So I've got this bag here, and I brought this in off camera. I slipped that one by you, didn't I? Didn't even know I had more goodies here that you didn't see. But anyway, in this particular bag, I've got some Halloween goodies. So as it gets later in the evening, we will begin to set up our Halloween goodies. So this is going to be a Halloween themed camp out, and I've never done anything like this before. So something special for me, and something I'm looking forward to. So in honor of our camp out, in honor of Halloween, let's have a shot of Jim Beam Devil's Cut. Woo! That's good stuff. It burns, but it's good. So, yeah. Let's celebrate some Halloween out in the woods, guys. Well guys, we're in good shape. I've got some firewood collected, just a bunch of larger pieces. That's kind of the way I've started doing things. Saw off or break off a big chunk, bring it back to camp. I might saw some of it, but a lot of it I'll just put in there whole, put one in the fire, let it burn down, slide some more over, let it burn down, so on and so forth. So, again, you know how I feel about the whole firewood collecting and wood processing part of it. It's not my favorite, so I try to make it as simple as possible. But I've got plenty of firewood. I cleared out an area to have the fire. It's actually the spot I was sitting in earlier. It's a good flat spot, so I just decided to move my stuff back over near camp or closer to camp and use that flat area as my place for my fire. So yeah, dinner is going to be simple tonight. I brought some chili. What else? I think just chili maybe. I think I've got some sort of banana pudding dessert, but nothing that I'm going to cook. It's just rehydrate it, eat. So I wanted simple tonight. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I collected 3 sticks or 3 poles. I'm going to make a tripod for my kettle just to put over the fire to boil my water. So yeah, we're actually in pretty good shape. Really nothing much left to do. I mean, I might need some more firewood here later as we burn through some of what we've got, but I mean, there's stuff all over the place here, so that's not a big deal. But yeah, I'm actually getting kind of hungry right now, but I'm trying to wait just a little bit before we start the fire and just let the sun go down somewhat. I mentioned earlier about Halloween and how we always done this big deal at the house for Halloween. We always decorated, we always had the yard that was decorated. My brother is like a magician when it comes to making Halloween props. I mean, he would go and buy cheap wire and Goodwill clothing and masks and make zombies and stuff just using this really cheap stuff. And they turned out awesome. I mean, my brother should have been some sort of, you know, special effects guru in the movies or something. But he was awesome at that stuff. So we had all these zombies and, you know, cemetery tombstones and things like that in the yard. We always done the yard up big. You know, music and sound effects and just all sorts of different stuff. It was kind of, again, it was a big deal. When we purchased our home several years ago, it had an above ground pool, a very large above ground pool. And we used it for a few years, and then after that, you know, when you own a pool, you don't ever seem to really use it all that much yourself. So we kind of stopped using it, and it had a spot in the side of it, a rusty spot that I was going to fix, and I kept putting it off and putting it off. And we had a week where it just rained and rained and rained and rained, and the pool was to the point of overflowing. And so I woke up one morning and walked past the window into the backyard and did a double take and noticed something didn't look right. Came back, looked again, the pool was flattened. The pool was gone. The whole side busted out of the pool. I had a metal building near the pool, just one of those small buildings for lawnmowers and things like that. Well, we kept all of our Halloween stuff in this metal building. That metal building was flattened. It was gone. It pushed it up against the fence, knocked part of the fence down, flooded out part of the neighbor's yard. I mean, we're talking 20,000 gallons of water. I mean, it just demolished the building. Halloween stuff was scattered all over the place. Most of it was ruined. So after that, we just, I guess we just didn't have it in us to replenish everything and start back again. So maybe we will one day, but after that, it just kind of, we just kind of stopped doing the whole Halloween thing. So yeah, so we had to clean up the whole backyard, the building, you know, get a dumpster, and I had people come over and help us and clean the mess up, and we had to pay for part of the neighbor's yard because they'd just seeded their yard and it washed some of the seed away. And so we had to buy them new seed, and just, I mean, they were cool about it. And yeah, it was just a whole big mess when the pool exploded. And it wiped out just about everything we have or had Halloween. I had a few things. I've got two buildings in the backyard. I had a few things in the larger building that wasn't affected by the water. So, but a lot of the props and stuff were ruined. So that kind of sucked. So Halloween's not been the same since the pool incident of, I don't know, 2018, 19, something like that. But anyway, there's my story about the pool. Well, my tripod broke. One of the legs broke. It's kind of rotten anyway. I put a little bit too much weight on it. It snapped. So I just went over here. I found this branch that's got two other branches kind of forking off of it. Wedged it in here, tied it on. So we're fine. Not a big deal. Alright, got myself a beer. I don't even know why I got the cozy. I can't ever remember what you call it. Anyway, I don't even know why I got it because the beer's not cold. The beer is lukewarm at best. Something's moving around over here. Anyway, but yeah, the beer's not cold at all. I did not bring any sort of cooler or way to keep it cold, so I kind of knew how it was going to be. But okay, I've got my fire area prepped, ready to go. I'm just waiting. It's been warm and I'm not super hungry, and I just didn't want to start a fire yet, so I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit darker. I mean, I could eat, but I'm not super hungry, and it's been warm. I just wanted to cool down a little bit. It's been a nice day, but when you're out in the woods working and sawing and doing things like that, it gets quite warm. So I want it to cool down a little bit, and then we will begin thinking about dinner. So for now, we're just going to chill out and have a beer and relax for a minute. still hot. Alright, so our chili, Texas State Fair chili, should be done by now. And I'm actually starting to get a little bit hungry. I brought a bowl to actually eat my chili out of instead of the pouch. Ooh. Almost dumped it in my lap. That would have been terrible. Came out a little bit faster than I had anticipated. Got some cheese. And tortillas or Fritos or something like that. This stuff is pretty good. I've had it before. Got some Texas Pete hot sauce. That actually looks pretty darn good. I know you probably can't tell, but I wished it was a little bit cooler out. I mean, it feels better than it did, but it's still not super cool. But anyway, I'm gonna let this cool off for just a second. While I'm thinking of it, ferro rod, the one that I used to start the fire earlier, I'm going to be giving one of these away in the near future. I purchased this one from a gentleman on Etsy from a place called Kurth Craftsman, and he got in touch with me a few weeks ago and wanted to send me another one for a giveaway and another one for Leland. So Leland got one of his own to use, which he was super excited about, but he sent me another one also for a giveaway. I'm stirring my chili if you're wondering. And so I'm going to do a giveaway in the near future. This is, and I'm not just saying this because he and I have been in contact or anything like that. He's a cool dude. But this is the best ferro rod I've ever used. So I'm super excited to be able to give one away. Check him out on Etsy if you're looking for a ferro rod. I like a big fat ferro rod like this. So it works fantastically. So check that out. Kurth Craftsman, just Google it or look on Etsy, or I don't remember all the different ways that you can purchase from him. But he's a really cool guy. His name is John. But there's a helicopter, planes, there's all sorts of stuff going on around me. But anyway, just briefly, I am going to give a ferro rod away in the near future. I don't know when, maybe in a few weeks, we'll see, but wow, that helicopter is like right here. But anyway, I'm going to eat my chili, relax, finish off my beer, and we will come back soon. And maybe, just maybe, when we come back, we might have some Halloween stuff to show. Hold tight, we'll see. Yeah, yeah. Hauling that extra bag in was a pain in the butt, but now it's kind of worth it. I gotta say, I think it's pretty damn cool. The Halloween camp setup. Oh yeah, I like it. Anyway, oh, my fire is all but burned out. I'll build it back up in a few minutes. But yeah, I'm very happy with the Halloween camp out. I've got plenty of lights here, I don't need this. Very happy with the Halloween camp out and the setup and the way things turned out. Nice, I like it. Maybe this will become a yearly thing. But anyway, dinner was fantastic. That chili was very good. Having my second and last beer. And that's pretty much it, guys. Not a whole lot going on. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to chill out, build the fire back up. I've got some scary movies. I downloaded, what did I download? Let's see. It's all about Halloween on this trip, guys. Let's see, I downloaded, I'm pretty sure I know, but Halloween, of course. The original Halloween is a staple for Halloween viewing for me. Gotta watch it every Halloween. And Trick or Treat. I love Trick or Treat. So that is one of my favorites. It's not picking up. There we go. Trick or Treat is one of my all-time favorite Halloween movies. It's another staple of annual Halloween viewing. So I've got those two downloaded. Going to watch those tonight. And why not go ahead and get started? I've got a good Halloween camp out behind me. It's nice and dark. The ambiance is perfect. So let's go ahead and start watching some scary movies. I'll be back later, guys. Alright guys, so I've just been sitting around the fire watching Trick or Treat and just finished it. I don't think I'm going to make it through another movie, so I'm getting pretty tired. So I think I'm going to call it a night. My beer is all but finished, my last beer. Just one sip left, so yeah. I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to climb in the shelter, go to sleep, get up in the morning, have some breakfast, have some coffee. So guys, I really appreciate you tuning in. It is bedtime. I hope you've enjoyed this Halloween themed camp out. I know I have. I think it's been fantastic. But anyway, it's bedtime. See you guys in the morning. Good night. Josh. Would you shut the hell up? I'm trying to get some sleep. Good morning, everybody. Wow. That turned into one rainy night. Wow. Last time I checked the forecast, yesterday at some point, I saw rain was coming in at 9:30, 10 o'clock, somewhere around there. So I figured I would be up and out by then. But it started raining at around 4 o'clock this morning. So I had to get out. Get out of the shelter, position my tarp, bring the ends down, grab all the Halloween stuff, put it up, grab all, because I had stuff everywhere because I wasn't expecting rain that early. Grab everything, get it under the tarp. It's a mess under there right now. So yeah. And it rained really hard at times. It was good sleeping. I slept really good. Actually, I didn't wake up till 8:30 this morning. So yeah, it was good sleeping. Oh man, all my wood is wet. I didn't even think to put any under the tarp. So I don't even think I'm going to have breakfast or coffee. I just don't want to fool with it. The fire is completely out. So I just think we're going to leave well enough alone and go ahead and start packing up and get the heck out of here. So let's get with it. Alright guys, I've got everything packed away. Campsite is clear. The bag is packed up. I've got my, I don't know if you can see it, my wet, saturated, not just wet, but saturated tarp on the outside. So that was a good trip. Good trip. I really, really, really enjoyed that trip. I like the Halloween theme. We may have to do that annually. But anyway guys, it is time to go home. I'm tired, ready to go have a nap. Go home, take a shower, maybe take a couple hour nap. I slept good last night, but I still need my after camp nap. And we're getting the grandbaby later today, so I got to rest up for that. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Josh, don't leave without saying goodbye, Josh. I'll see you next time.